the Philadelphia 76ers are expected to make another huge play at a potential play to try and really kind of reshape their offense, bring in the spacing in Buddy Hield. What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got some more NBA news to talk about with you guys. This time it's currently being reported that the Philadelphia 76ers have expressed trade interest in Buddy Hield. This is all being reported by Legion Hoops. Now, I think this would actually be a very, very good move for the Philadelphia 76ers to make. I've spoken about it in previous videos before. I think the main thing they just really need to do is try and build, the spacing in Philadelphia, reshape the offense. If they could go out and bring in Mike D'Antoni, I feel like that would be one of the best case scenarios. D'Antoni's definitely going to reshape their offense, somehow. But I feel like close second behind D'Antoni is really going in and bringing in a player like Buddy Hield. If they could get rid of this, is the trade that I've kind of really suggested, I think would actually be a very good one. It was being reported a little bit ago that the 76ers were also interested in Lou Williams. I feel like a trade that would make both sense for both teams would actually be Al Horford and a first round pick for Lou Williams. The reason it makes sense for both teams, in my opinion, is the 76ers finally get a backup guard that can play make. Their second best in assists was Al Horford on 4 a game, and you just can't have him as your second best, assist leader. While when it makes a lot of sense for the Los Angeles Clippers is because they desperately need a center that can space, the floor. Currently, they've got enough defense. They've got Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Patrick Beverley, etc. They've got heaps of defense. Again, Montrezl Harrell's just underhyped to be playing center. Zubac is just very average, in my opinion. I really feel like they need a playmaking point guard and a center that can space the floor. And yes, Al Horford is overpaid, but he can definitely bring in way better defense than what Zubac can, while also spacing the floor. And, when he was with the Celtics, he was a very efficient player from 3. So I think it would make sense for both teams. In doing this, the 76ers get rid of pretty much I believe 17 million or something like that in cap space. And then, Buddy Hield being only on $22 million, they could go out and maybe trade a couple of first round picks, maybe a player or something like that, to try and get Buddy Hield to the team. Yes, they will go over, they're already salary by another maybe $5 million or something like that. But you've just solved the 2 main issues of the team. You've increased the spacing by so much by bringing in 2 really nice guards, and then also bring in Lou Williams gives you a lot of playmaking off the bench as well. So I think this would be a very, very good move by both teams. And again, this would also kind of make sense for the Sacramento Kings, as I feel like, signing him up, he just hasn't worked with Luke Walton, and he's really a very bad contract at this point because he's playing 6-man, and I just don't like teams that are paying over $20 million for players to be, a 6-man. Again, the 76ers are doing it with Al Horford on $25 to $27 million, while the Sacramento Kings are doing it with Buddy Hield on about $22 million. So it's pretty disgusting. It's pretty filthy. I definitely feel like it would make a lot of sense. Again, they can get a couple of first-round picks back, a player, while also, getting free space of $20 million that they can actually go use and get some players who should be coming off the bench, or maybe bring in another starter to the team, and obviously lock up Bogdan to a pretty nice contract. So, again, it does make a lot of sense for the Philadelphia 76ers. Just no point paying a player $20 million a season to come off the bench. It's just absolutely ridiculous. They could use those first round picks and whatever player they get, they could maybe keep the player, and they could just flip the first round picks to bring in some nice players. Or what I think would be interesting is, I feel like if a star was to pop up here and there, I definitely feel like they should be going after a star. Again, I just feel like De'Aaron Fox can't do it by himself. I think they definitely need to get him a star and just hope that Marvin Bagley, does develop. Again, I can't really think of too many stars that are going to be available at this point, considering they're paying Harrison Barnes about $25 million per season. There are going to be a lot of salary cap issues on the Sacramento Kings, but again, just going out and getting him a nice player, I think would be a very, very nice, kind of move. And again, considering they'll have 2 extra first round picks, they've still got their first round picks and this year's first round pick. maybe just go out and try and get a star. You know, if I was them, I would make a huge kind of trade request to try and get potentially Bradley Beal to the team. I think that would be a really nice guard to put alongside De'Aaron Fox. You know, that would be a really nice combination of players right there. And even though it looks like he's happy on the Wizards and the Wizards aren't going to want to probably trade him, if they could give up, you know, a couple of young players here and there, just throw on that Harrison Barnes contract and 4 to 5 first round picks, I could definitely see, you know, the Washington Wizards maybe even going and trying to get it. Maybe 5 first round picks is a little bit too much, but I feel like 3 to 4 actually could, you know, get the deal done, especially considering those two 76ers picks aren't going to be exactly that great in value, especially if the 76ers can be pretty good throughout the season. So again, I'm definitely really interested to see, you know, how this is all going to go. I really think that the 76ers should definitely just go all out, try and bring Buddy Hield and try and bring Lou Williams to the team. Then again, the 76ers end up going from the terrible spacing of Ben Simmons, Josh Richardson, Tobias Harris, Al Horford, and Joel Embiid, that absolute terrible spacing with no backup point guard off the bench, to a spacing that would look like Ben Simmons at point guard, Buddy Hield at shooting guard, Richardson at small forward, Tobias Harris at power forward, Embiid at center, with also a backup point guard in potentially Lou Williams to the team. So I think it'd be a very, very interesting and awesome kind of trade for, you know, both teams. Again, I don't know if the 2 first round picks in a play would get it done for Hield. I would assume so. I don't really think he has exactly that much value. But again, I just feel like it's whatever the Sacramento Kings kind of see for his future. But again, considering that it's reported that they're going to be keeping Luke Walton, I don't really think Buddy Hield's going to be getting into that starting lineup anytime soon. But anyone, to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for all the latest NBA news and NBA content. Of course, don't forget to comment in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts and opinions on this? Do you guys think it'd be a good idea, you know, to go out and potentially trade for Buddy Hield? Again, I definitely would really like to know, what do you guys think they should give up to try and trade for him? But also don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel and my IRL/vlog channel. Links for them will all be in the description down below. And definitely don't forget to check out my podcast as well if you haven't already. Links for them will all be in the description down below. But as I was saying, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.